Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence reports. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI-analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity.
Where is it? There we go. Are you seeing my GPT?
Yeah.
All right. So we'll start out with good morning, everybody. Typically, like as we get going, we're going to have like music intro stuff for the first 10 minutes as people come in. So that's why I kind of wait for the first 10 minutes because I'm going to chop that off anyway. But over here at 10 after 9, we will go into the intros. And my name's Tommy D, co-founder of the Landshark Mastermind, along with Ning-Yun Chan and Roman Rubio. Our sponsor today and every day is Titan Impact Group with Catherine Bell. Good morning, Catherine.
Good morning.
It's wonderful to have you. What we do here in the Landshark Mastermind deal room is we deal hunt using AI. Catherine Bell is a guru when it comes to AI development and all things AI. And what she did was she got with me and my group of partners, Ning-Yun Chan and Roman Rubio, and we put together an amazing real estate investing AI model that helps people not only deal hunt, but also deal analyze, deal due diligence, deal structure, deal fund. Like it does everything. So Deal Hunter by Landshark is easy to find. If you go on ChatGPT, you're using the $20 version, $200 version works too. But if you go to the GPTs, it'll take you to Exploring GPT Marketplace. You're going to type in Deal Hunter by Landshark. And what you'll end up with is a way to have a conversation with the world's best real estate investing program or AI model that's been developed so far. We got a 4.8 star rating, and we've got over 300 conversations rolling. And what we get into is helping people understand how to invest in real estate, but do it also for the sophisticated investor who needs to get answers quickly. I'm going to make some people mad, Catherine, when I say that this tool right here actually puts a lot of lazy realtors out of business. And so those real estate agents that like to sit at the beach and post Instagrams about their open house they never had and all that stuff, that this tool kind of puts those people out of business, because I was just sick and tired of trying to get a hold of professionals to get into doing real estate. So Deal Hunter by Landshark does replace that lazy real estate agent with somebody that can answer questions quickly. So from that, I don't want to spin off into asking to come join us in a deal hunting. If you are looking to sell property, if you found a piece of property, if you're a wholesaler and you're trying to get rid of it, if you're a fix and flipper looking for wholesale property, if you're any of these people need to find a way to make money in real estate, come in, give us a 5-minute time period to do some deal searching for you, and we'll get it figured out. One of the things I wanted to go look at is actually I was working with Catherine last night. We went to a networking meeting, and we were talking with some people about a project in Roatan. Catherine, tell me about Roatan and what you think about that place.
So it's interesting I mean, I've got my own whole own story about when I was there years, decades ago. But it is what I love about it is obviously it's in the Caribbean, and more importantly, what's fascinating about it is the environmental piece of it, meaning like somehow, however the island is situated, it like all the hurricanes and everything tend to like bypass it. So it's like a protected Caribbean island from all the elements, but it's still that beautiful, raw, gorgeous, like that beautiful blue water that everybody dreams of with the what are they? That not cabanas, but the huts over the water and everything. And what they're creating there is absolutely extraordinary. And more importantly, the developer that we're working with is that he has that same mission and vision, which is that we leave every person, property, and community better than we found them. So it's a huge opportunity to bring jobs to the island and create these gorgeous, gorgeous condos and villas and just this whole experience of people being able to escape and get back to the center of themselves and their families and all of this and have all the amenities obviously that are, five-star, um, but really connect with what's most important to them. And it's super easy to get to as well. It from what is it, Dallas? Like from so I think he said Dallas from anywhere from Florida. Like it's a very quick flight in and out, which makes it pretty amazing. But again, it's just gorgeous. It's the Caribbean, which is amazing. So, but completely untapped. So it's what is it? I forget how many. I don't know the numbers of, but do you know how many numbers of condos and villas and everything, residences that they're going to be creating? I don't have those statistics in front of me, but.
I just sent you in your WhatsApp chat that we have the Roatan Caribbean Living info booklet that Scott had sent to me. So if you want to pull that up, I'll stop sharing so you can start sharing that and we can kind of breeze through that real quick.
Okay, hold on. It's still downloading.
Because what I had actually done and come up with was after reading that booklet and all the great things that are out there, I decided to maybe come up with an idea of how we can get investors to come out there with us and possibly take a look at what the opportunities are out there.
Love that. Yeah, huge opportunities. Okay, so now open. Okay, it's up on my screen.
I'm gonna stop sharing, give you the floor.
Share button. There we go. Do you see this?
And I do now.
Okay, look at that. I mean, is that not gorgeous?
Okay.
Oh, gosh, I want to be there. See
For
that
sure.
sitting there right there. I'm right there with my little laptop still working.
I'm calling be over there in the shade underneath the palm tree where the palm tree shade is.
Oh, actually, no, I'd be here under the little cabana thing.
Under the cabanas. There you go. All the way up in there. So
If you just listen, do you hear the water lapping?
no, I see no waves out there. So I hear no waves. But this is Camp Bay Estates. This is actually an area I talked with Jeffrey Hazlett about it last night. Camp Bay Estates actually has like 6 units in that 22 unit that I told you about yesterday. They have about 6 units left in that 22 unit condo deal. I think they sold each unit for about 750,000 a piece. So they're almost sold out on that one. But the Camp Bay Estates has a 22 unit condo, I think an 80 unit condo, and then some like 16 um, 16 home sites, custom home sites. So if you scroll down, you can see more of those. What do we got here? Yeah, 16 home sites, 2,500 plus square foot building allowances. They're 40% complete. So a lot of cool stuff going on there. The Casablanca house is $2.5 million. They've got a house on lot 10 that's $2.5 million. House on lot one, that's 7 beds, 8 baths, 6,800 square foot. I think it says quarter acre lot, so you can put a pickleball court on that right there, Catherine. So
We definitely need pickleball.
lot 10, house on lot 10 has a pickleball court with a
There,
guest. It's on a bigger lot too. So most of them have pickleball courts I'm looking at here and seeing that. So, but a lot out there, you can buy 2 lots, lot 14 and 5, both quarter acre, get you a half acre total for $330,000. You can't do that anywhere in the state of Arizona. There's not a half acre lot in luxury living anywhere in the state of Arizona that's under $500,000. So that's the price difference right there between Roatan and Scottsdale. It's still high-end living, beachfront property, all that stuff, but the price of the dirt is just phenomenal. The cost of building too is really low too. So, but it doesn't mean that the quality is any lower. So, go ahead, roll through this. Let's take a look at it. There's 35 pages here. I fed it to ChatGPT and it came back with some amazing info. Yeah, you can keep rolling. That's the 80 condo unit right there. This is how that's kind of structured. So they
so
got
right,
the
80
condos in the back. Yep, they built all these houses. There's the 22 unit condo, Hillside. And then you've got I think that's a restaurant there, Shelley's. Is going to be where you get food and all that stuff. So, but yeah, beautiful, beautiful houses built into the cliffs, overlooking the ocean. So, and right here, the 22 unit is, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep going. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So he's got 13 units on this thing that show that they were available when he sent this to me a month ago. And I talked to Jeffrey last night and he said there's 6 left.
Wow.
So they're racking these things out. That's a beautiful structure right there. Look at that. So keep rolling on through this. Camp Bay Estates, the 80 condo unit. There's a lot of beautiful possibilities with that. Look at that place, 80 units. I want the penthouse. I don't know about you. So, and then you got Cliffsides at the Park. Cliffsides at the Park is going to be located just down the road from Sunset Vista. Cliffsides is an 80 unit oceanfront condo with, ocean views. 1.2 million, 300 to 1.2 million with rooftop pools, hot tubs, and optional private plunge pools. So resort style living for sure. Roll through that one. Let's see. Yeah, gorgeous. Conceptual at this point because of the fact that they just got funded to buy all the land and get into the acquisition, and so that kind of leads into what we're looking at doing. Scroll through it a little bit quicker, and we'll jump over to our.
Look at that, right on the water.
Yeah, I mean it's right
Yeah.
there, and then it's got over the water cabins. Did you see those
Yes.
right there? La Champa. Look at these. Scroll down a little bit. They're gonna have over water cabins with right at the resort marina. It's 7.6 acres marina, a lot of cool spaces, luxury condos, 178 units, resort style living. Like if you don't know what resort style living is, like go look it up. Like it's literally the epitome of all inclusive, but you live there. Like that's where you get your mail. You're not on vacation. You're just living the lifestyle. So that kind of experience at this kind of price range is this is for and again, this is pre-development pricing. So don't expect this in a year. Like this is not what it's going to cost in here. It's going to be probably 4 or 5 times what these are. But scroll through these. Let's take a look at what these got. You got the marina next door where you're going to have boats. You got the restaurant, the brewery, the over the water bungalows, and then La Champa's overwater restaurant. Now that'll be fun.
Right.
So condos will range between 500 and 1.5. They don't even have an official price list on this one yet. So, but I'm sure if you got a boat slip over there, you're getting a condo. You got a boat, you're going to get a condo. Um, this will be a boater's paradise for sure. Event center all day long. Sunset Vistas, look at that. I know that's AI, but the way that Scott set these up was he took pictures that are real and then superimposed to them these units that he's got in mind. So um, with cruise ships planning to come in here, these types of places are going to be important for investors because these Sunset Vistas are going to become the short-term, midterm rentals.
Right.
So a lot of money to be had there. It's going to be a mix of the Ocean View condos along with some. I think they've got some custom home sites on that as well. So 44 homes are going to be out there. So residences starting at 1,200 square foot. There'll be 4-bedroom homes with pools available for around $1 million. Scroll through that one. Let's take a look what they got because they've got some stuff already out there. Sunset Vistas map. You'll see it right there. They've got the 32 unit condo building, and they've got lots 1 through 20 already sold. So lots 1 through 20 are off to the side mostly, down across the front. And then you've got the rest of those other lots that are kind of infill. So, but straight down to the beach, like nothing better.
Right.
And then this is the other side of it. They've got those lots all sold already. Let's see if lot number 40 sold. I think it is. I think it was gone. So Caribbean Bliss is another part of this project. There's an on-site hospital here with a Medi Spa. This would be a great spot for Avanti Body and for your friend Angela Bell to host her events.
Right.
Getting involved there. I'd scroll through that. And then you've got the Seabreeze Greens. That looks like it's pretty cool with it's going to be at the marina. Looks like there's quite a few different opportunities there. There's over 358 home sites right there. So that sounds like it's going to be an interesting development right there. 100 non-beach units, 140. 9 waterfront condos with over 450 units in it, and 84 slip marina, stretching out to 100 foot for some of those slips. So 120,000 square foot of commercial space. Now that's the kind of stuff I like to get into. I like to get into the big stuff. 167 acres, 400 home sites, 120,000 square foot of commercial space. Like that's all. Like that's Walt Disney World right there. Let's scroll through that. It's got a water park. Look at that. It's got a water park set up. There's a lot of homes to be built there. That's a lot of land. Oh, very interesting.
The shopping center, condos, guest estates.
I'm wondering if phase 2 Miller Estates is actually kind of like maybe Scott Miller's estates. I don't know. Maybe. But they've got a lot going on there for sure. Roatan Caribbean Living info books. Scott's done a great job of putting all this together. Is this going to work for showing your guys over there, Joe and Adam?
Yes, this will definitely help tell the story.
Right. So to kind of back into what I was explaining earlier, like Pristine Bay Estates, like that stuff I think is already built. Um, or that's a really good AI picture. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scott's got some really good stuff going on there. That says it's in the middle of the island. Black Pearl Golf Course is out there. Those condos look amazing. You got Luna Beach. Those are cool. That's a shipping container swimming pool, by the way.
Huh.
Yeah.
I just wondered what they look like.
Yeah. Now, see, investors could come out here. They could buy their own second vacation home, but this is something like what I think investors really need to look at, right? Look at these two turnkey rentals for sale. You got these two houses there. They have 6,200 square foot luxury living, a 3-story home. They can sleep up to 14 guests, 6 bedrooms, all that stuff. So when they buy this house, scroll down real quick if you don't mind. At $2.5 million, and they're renting it for $2,500 a night. You do the math.
Right.
Like that's a no-brainer, isn't it? So if you're able to put this back in the rental pool, and we've talked to Scott about it, he's actually got it set up and designed for people to go out there and rent. The key is that you have to, what do you say? You have to have a hired staff. Local staff has to work at your property. If you're going to rent, you actually have to hire local people to work there. And I think that was one of his major stipulations, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I really liked because again, it helps keep that community taken care of,
For
which
sure.
is super important.
Uh-huh. Screen. I know. Let's roll through the rest of this. Luna Luna Beach Resort. Look at that treehouse. That's pretty cool, huh?
Who doesn't want to live in a treehouse? Have fun. Well, maybe not live, but go
Got
vacation.
the Miller Beach House and the Luna Treehouse right there. Boom, boom.
It's the end.
$950,000. You got 2-minute walk to Luna Beach. It's awesome. Scroll on now.
That's it. That's the end.
Oh, all right. So let me jump back on the screen part. You want to quit sharing? I'll jump in.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's see. Are you able to see mine now?
Yeah.
Awesome. So what I did was I said, if Catherine and I wanted to go to Roatan and take a group of people with us, how much would it cost per person to stay there for a week at one of the resorts that's out there already, and then give these people a tour around the place to see different home sites and investment opportunities and lots and that are out there so that maybe we can convince them to buy a piece of property or build a house on a piece of property. I said, provide me with a cost breakdown of that so that we can figure out how many people to invite. Between 10 and 20 is the number I had in my head. So as we went through it, it gave me the basic prices at 7 nights over at Paya Bay Resorts or Anthony's Key Resorts. An all-inclusive package would run about $1,200 to $1,400 with a few upgrades. But a basic budget, baseline budget would be about $300 per week total. So, and that would include everything. So, in summary, it'd be about $1,300 to $2,100 a person. I was like, sounds pretty nice. The tours and excursions would cost about anywhere between $300 and $600 for the week. So, all in total cost per person, just rounded up to $3,000. If we spent anywhere between $16,000 to $27,000 to bring 10 people, $32,000 to $54,000 to bring 20 people. With larger groups, we can probably negotiate rates with the tourists, the tour operators, and the resorts. But at the end of the day, what we're trying to do is actually put these people in a position where they want to buy something down there. So I said, what if we budgeted $50,000 to take people out there to look at the property? And if we took 20 people with us to do it, 10 couples or 20 people, we would be able to figure out what it would take if we sold 2 units and the average sale price was $1 million. We would get 10% off each unit. What would the return on our investment be? So if we spent 50, took 20 people, and we were able to get a million, two $1 million sales out of that at 10%, that's $200,000. That's an ROI of 300%. I'm like, huh, okay. I said, so what is the chance that if we possibly get more than 2 buyers, what does that look like? Bumped it to 5. The ROI calculator says we'll get 900% return. Like, So I got to thinking about it. I was like, I want to raise the cost to do this so that we can make sure that people have limousine treatment, room service, full amenities, 5-star experience, since we're paying for this. And so they went through and like jacked the price up pretty significant for a luxury budget scenario. For 10 couples, we ended up with a total price of about $165,000. I was like, all right, now that's sounds like a 5-star deal right there. If we spent $165,000 and we made $5 million in sales with a commission of 10%, we would end up walking away with a net profit of over $350,000 still. And so that's still 233% ROI. I was like, well, let me take a look at how this would work out. If we actually got people to come out there and we sold 50% of them, it says right here, you still net double your money, even if half buy with the red carpet, no expenses spared experience. The high-end treatment, though, could actually increase our close rate beyond 50%. So at that point, we could even probably negotiate these people to buy even more money, spend more money instead of just $1 million. What if they spent $2 or $3 million or $4 or $5 million? We've got commercial space that needs to be built out there. So what if we took a group out there that toured it from that standpoint? So a lot of ideas came across my mind with that. So I said, here, make me a 10-step guide to actually make this work. And so it said, here's a 10-step guide to start planning a high-impact investor trip to Roatan so you can attract, impress, and close serious buyers. And what we were able to come up with is we defined the investor profile, our target investor. We lock in our sales goals, secure partnerships with resorts and vendors, build the property tour itinerary, craft a marketing campaign, vet and qualify the attendees, arrange for white glove travel logistics, like literally booking these flights for people. And what we do is we just go get one of those jets from, private jet. We make everybody fly to Tampa, and then we charter a private jet to fly from there down on our own. But we can take care of that part of it, but they got to meet us at Tampa Airport type thing. Prepare sales and legal materials, deliver a memorable experience on site, and then follow up and close the deal. So I was like, all right, well, let's answer this one at a time. And this is Deal Hunter. This is the AI model that I've come up with that helps us get through a lot of the long drawn out thinking and planning of things. It literally cuts the time out, in half on how to do all that. So step one was to target the investor profile. The buyer type comes across as primarily United States or Canadian high net worth individuals that seek the comfort of international ownership with HOA STR rules. So they have a purchase appetite of 1 million to 2.5 million per property with liquidity around 250,000. So financing, sometimes cash or 40 to 60% down with cross-border lenders, which is something we're working on trying to find. Timing and intent. We have a decision window of 0 to 90 days post-trip with these people. In most cases, 50% of it's going to be lifestyle, and the other 50% of it's going to be them wanting to get rental incomes targeting between 6 and 8% gross yield. So Green lights on the fit signals. These are people that own or have owned a second home or an investment property. They're comfortable wiring earnest money from U.S. institutions, and they're willing to place a fully refundable reservation uh, within 14 days. So basically getting these people to put up money that they would get when they get there, and they would basically get that back. I think I talked to you a little bit about that business model the other day.
Mhm.
And then red flags on this is if they are less than 150,000 liquid, they're just browsing, no decision makers attending, or they need more than 90 days to decide. Um, that is a high rate that has a high rate of sensitivity for us. So we want to try to avoid people like that and taking them on this trip because again, if we're taking 10 people, we're spending like 15, almost $16,000 per person to go there for a week. Like, when was the last time you took a $16,000 vacation?
Right.
You know, so we want to make sure these are qualified people when they go. Um, Quick qualification scripts was provided. It gave us like, what's your net worth? It also provided us with a lead form. We can literally copy and paste this to our CRM or our type form, and it'll make up the lead form for us that gets sent out. And then we have an invite positioning statement that says, join our Roatan investment discovery experience, a 5-star white glove tour of oceanfront home sites, luxury villas. Want to add in their commercial properties. For qualified buyers targeting $1 million purchases and or investments, we host all-inclusive travel, private showings, and on-island legal financing briefings, limited to 10 couples ready to evaluate and reserve. So singles trips are different because we would have to expand those arrangements out to cover 20 rooms instead of 10. So because if we took 20 individuals, we'd need to cover 20 rooms. But I think that's the only expense that goes up. I locked in step one, told it, let's move to step two. Our goals and sales of ROI, the trip assumed cost is going to be 150,000. I'd say 160,000, but it's going to cover flights, suites, fine dining, yacht day, helicopter tour, concierge staff, and all the marketing materials to put this together. The target unit price is $1 million with a gross commission of 10%. We get 10% of gross, not net. So we get that deal locked down with Scott and his people. Will be happy dappy. But the total sales volume showing what if one person purchased at $1 million, like where we're going to end up in our return on investment. With just two people buying the bare minimum, we're still getting 33% return on our money. So it's not bad. It's, but when you're looking at possibly getting anywhere between 500 and 900% ROI, 33%, it's like literally chump change.
Right.
So baseline goals are to get 3 to 5 couples purchasing between $1 million to 5 million. Break even is two couples. And the stretch goal is to get 7+ purchasing higher. Timeline target is to aim to close 50% of purchases within that 30 days of the trip. We'd like to even close them while we're there. Like, there's no reason why we can't try to close these people while we're there. But we secure the deal within 90 days, and that would be great. I locked in step two. Before I locked in step two, though, I said, do we make them pay before they go? And it gave me 3 options on that. The commitment deposit. Like, we can make them deposit, do a commitment deposit of $10,000 that's refundable when they show up. If they don't show up, then we keep their money, right? Because we already made the reservations and all that. So that's what that would be about.
Yeah.
The copay model, partial coverage, might be a way we do it, or pay to attend with full credit at closing. Like, tell them, give us 10 grand, and then if you don't close on something in 90 days, we'll give you your money back. And so we just 10 grand in an account, making us 20%, and then we can give them their money back after 90 days. Something like that. So I said, hey, I also want to get a criteria checklist going. So it gave me an investor qualification checklist, financial capability, purchase readiness, investment experience, lifestyle fit, commitment or trip terms. So all that stuff in there, I think that would be beneficial to have when sending this out to the investors. What do you think so far?
I'm it's funny because it's like I'm just thinking through how like because I've been on a few of these trips down to Belize like years ago. And I'm trying to think like how they we paid for all of our stuff, I think. I have to go back and pull it all out, but there's a way to how they did it was, and I think this is one of the first ways I ended up in Roatan when I think about it. It was one of the Caribbean cruises, and we did it so that there were multiple stops at each of the Caribbean, the ports or whatever, but one of them was Roatan. And whatever that day excursion was, that's when the whole group went and, we were able to do the things. And then when we were out at sea, um, because we had classes during the time that we were out at sea, and then of course dinners and everything, all the fun things at night. Um, but each port was somehow geared around doing real estate investment tours, or not all of them, but a few of them were, and that's how we did the whole Belize trip. And almost invested, but that was right before the crash happened in 2009. So it's I mean it works. Uh just trying to remember how the anyway. Yeah, I loved it. Those were some of my favorite trips that we ever took because again, we were able to write it off because it was, real estate investing and learning. We were looking at property and it was very cool.
Nice. Well, AI was able to pull up and get us more, steps on what to do so we can accomplish this.
Right.
Like securing partnerships with the resort. So it actually made suggestions on what resorts to do.
Oh,
Like you can see here, Anthony's Key Resort, the boutique hotel out there, or the Grand Roatan Caribbean Resort. Like we can put these people up in the 5-star units. Um, Property tour logistics. It's providing us with the opportunity to, like get with Scott and go around and stage each site up to have like literally setting up, you know, an open house at every single one of these places so that
right.
these people are feeling like they're catered to at every stop. Setting up excursion partnerships with like the Catamaran Charter, the Private Island Day, the cultural tour provided. And I think we had a conversation about this yesterday where my virtual board suggested we do storytelling. Like, I think this is where this begins to happen too, like telling the story of Roatan and how it maybe used to be a pirate's island. So, um, I don't know the story of Roatan, but I imagine if we find out what it is, we can expand on it or Hollywood it a little bit so that it makes it fun too.
Right.
So but contracting structures for like the being able to have a service agreement with each vendor so that we're locked in for a year and we set these up to do at least once a month. So Scott's role in this is going to be to help us kind of get those things put together. He's already down there. He can kind of say where to go and how to do it. We lock that step in. We move to step 4. In step 4, we build the itinerary. And so this is where we were talking about the trip flow, a 7-day sample of that, start to finish gives people an opportunity to do stuff. Critical details are like no more than 3 to 4 property stops in a day. Keep it memorable. Always provide shade, seating, snacks, drinks, total comfort. Have a roving photographer, like somebody coming around just taking pictures and video the whole time, like just walking around like he's at an event all 7 days. Build in free time to let the couples process and discuss privately. Give them space to go do that. Like down at a villa that's over the ocean. Like we put them in one of those for the night. So, and then, oh, look right there. It says storytelling. Pair each property with its dream use, the vacation villas, the rental cash flows, the eco retreats, etc. So I was like, you know what? I also want to tie into this the Avanti Body business that you have going, and then
Yeah.
also the stem cell treatments that Angela Bell was doing. That's Angela Bell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it says, okay, great. So what I did was it integrated some of these wellness points in there. And so we've got beachfront living. We're selling the Roatan lifestyle. It's beachfront living, exclusive investment opportunities with world-class wellness and rejuvenation, like wealth and health, wealth, and what's the other thing people put money into?
Fun.
There you go, entertainment. So we got all three right there. Wellness integration points would be when they arrive, we give them the VIP wellness upgrade, give them an option to buy into the Avanti Body uh, red light therapy and stem cell consultation. We can upsell that. We don't have to include it, but we can upsell it. Angela Bell can become one of our co-sponsors in that, or somebody like Angela Bell. And then Avanti
Right.
Body, can be filtered into how each day goes. And then at one of the properties, we can even get like a presentation from Angela or the doctor that you met and stuff like that. So, but getting people figured out when they fill out their survey on what places they want to see. I want to go back and look at the 7-day itinerary when they land, check in. We got a champagne welcome reception, sunset cocktails, a short welcome to Roatan presentation to set the tone, no sales pitch, you know. The next day they go out and do catamaran cruises, snorkeling stops, and then there's just a short driving for dollars that day, couple of 2, 3 places to look at. Then we do private beach dinner, live music, keep it chill. Then we do the next day we do morning in the morning we again maybe tie in some of that health and wellness right there with mid-afternoon, properties, and then more room service and spa treatment, and then in the evening a helicopter ride to go look at more, properties that are a little not even developed yet, and tie in the
Right.
fun and the investment together. The cultural lifestyle thing going on, visit local market. I don't know what they have there, but maybe a fishing excursion, a diving excursion, if we have space out there to do the private rooftop wine tastings and stuff, like setting it up to be just totally experienced like that. Then we have the day 5, which we take people out and look at pre-construction sites, stuff that is actually working. We give them hard hats. Like people love to wear hard hats and walk around on construction sites sometimes. So we get them in touch though, also with the local attorneys and bankrupts to kind of get stuff going. And then we do a very like Michelin inspired dining experience. Day 6, it's decision day and relaxation. We don't give them any pressure. We let them just do their cooking. And then on day 7, we say, if you buy now, you save money. If we have to contact you in the next 30 days to hook up, prices go up, and we do a little bit of a hard sell on day 7. Um, or we just send them out and we tell them we don't want their money. Like that's the other way of doing it. There's 2 ways of doing that.
Right.
So, uh, sending them out the door saying, hey, well, we're glad you were here. If you're interested, we'll be in touch, and it makes them feel like, oh, wait a minute, I want something. Well, you got to wait until you get off the island to buy it.
Right.
So there's 2 ways of going about that. And then you've got, so after all that stuff, Angela Bell, like it says here, could be a co-host vendor. We could find other people like them. Wellness package upgrades could be add-on prices of up to $7,500 per couple. That would be like a 2 to 3 day Avanti Body session per guest, stem cell consultation and initial treatment, and lifestyle memberships and discounts to future visits. So um, I said, okay, that's cool. I like that. I said, now let's start the next step. It locked in step 4 and started step 5, which was to craft the marketing campaign. And this is all coming from a Deal Hunter AI model. Like this is how this thing operates. So very impressed by what it's able to do. Aside from just finding deals, it's helping me put together the deal. This is deal structure all day long. So
Right.
exclusive lifestyle investment retreat. It's going to start building out a marketing campaign for me on this. The branding and event branding and naming, Roatan Lux Life and Investment Experience tagline. Discover your oceanfront paradise, renew your body, and secure your future. An ultra exclusive 7-day hosted journey to Roatan for discerning investors ready to explore prime oceanfront properties, rejuvenate with cutting edge of antibody and stem cell treatments, and immerse in the Caribbean's most luxurious lifestyle. Key selling points are 5-star red carpet treatment, curated property access, wellness and longevity packages, expert-led purchase processes, and exclusive incentives. The marketing materials would be a landing page, microsites, high-end digital brochures, social ad campaigns. Like that's the biggest thing for me, I believe. And then direct email campaigns. I appreciate direct email campaigns, but I just feel like social media has higher returns. Lead capture and qualifications, co-partnership, co-marketing, and urgency and scarcity tactics. Now, something I would like to add into that is that we need to kind of also focus on getting the social media people involved, finding high net worth social media people and inviting them to come and paying for their trip would be valuable because we could almost teach them how investing into this with their social media money would be beneficial. And then they're going
Right.
to do advertising for it as well, you know.
Right.
So I think that's a huge part of this that I want to add into it. But to vet people and qualify them as attendees, there's a core screening process. Um, we've got to set up, personal interview calls with them, commitment deposits, disqualification triggers, you know. Um, I want to make sure that they're coming with credible financing approval, you know. Communication flow is important, making sure that application gets received, interview gets completed, and deposit is received before we move into the, pre-trip warm up. So, um, if every attendee is pre-qualified to buy at a million, your break-even scenario of 2 purchases per trip becomes very achievable. With proper qualifications, a 30 to 50% conversion ratio is realistic. That's what it's saying. So lock that step in and do step 7. We're about out of time, Catherine. It's been fun again. I understand tomorrow you've got some stuff you're going to be working on. You're going to be kind of busy, and you'll be back with us on Friday, I guess.
Uh-huh.
Awesome. And so, is there anything you'd like to add? You want to tell people stuff before we get off?
My whole thing goes back to the whole AI. Um, Again, like here's the thing that I'm hoping that people are picking up from what you're doing. Like I'm even learning more about this. It's the how you're having these conversations with AI, like as an actual um another like being that you're bouncing thoughts off of to like take what you're doing to a whole new level. Like it's yeah, I'm fascinated watching how you're using all this. I mean, you know, anyway, it's brilliant. That's my point.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you being here. Appreciate Titan Impact Group sponsoring us. Do you want to throw any love to Titan Impact Group and tell how sponsoring, the Deal Hunter Room is going to be beneficial for Titan Impact?
Yeah, because what we have is we've got multiple deals and stuff that are coming across our desk and that we're evaluating and working with um I mean, there's doing the due diligence on the operator, on the deal, on the local economy, on there's just so many layers of doing due diligence that, especially with this Deal Hunter, um, given that I've been playing with it too, is um, encouraging people to like think through the deals at a deeper level. And like you were even saying, like even wholesalers and stuff, like imagine if they present a property and they've already done all the due diligence on the property, the market, like all the things. And then have you talked about your contractor scale up? Because I feel like that's a whole other thing. That what if that was brought into people that are presenting deals like that could be flipped or whatever, because then they could have essentially already done some of that work to do like the whole value add. So when that deal is presented to a potential investor, it becomes like it's a no-brainer. And I know I'm squirreling off, but again, just watching how you're doing this is giving me 1,000 different ideas of all the things that you've built with AI and how people can be providing more value in either looking at selling a deal and presenting it like with all of this, or even if they're looking at investing, for them to be able to use this to make sure that they're protecting and mitigating the risk with their ROI. Anyway, so yeah, it's brilliant. That's my point.
No, I love it. I appreciate everything you've done and what you've been able to teach us. Is just coming back on what you're learning with this. So maybe Friday, what we can do is get you to jump behind the steering wheel and run some deals through Deal Hunter. We've got a couple investors that have been interested in working with us. So maybe we'll get you to take the steering wheel and run the Deal Hunter on Friday. As far as contractor scale up and free estimates, yeah, we talk about those a little bit. We bring those into discussion once in a while, but at the end of the day, the Deal Hunter and the Land Shark Mastermind are here for real estate investors to either learn or become more proficient or just become become better at real estate investing
Right.
overall. It doesn't matter if you've been doing it 30 years or 30 minutes. A Deal Hunter by Landshark is here to show you how to do things that would probably take you years of reading books, and then you'd have to figure out what books to read to
Right.
get all this information in one session. So again, I appreciate you being here today, Catherine. We finished this out. We've got the other 10 steps locked in. And so what we're going to do now is build this master document. I'm going to get off of here and I've got a lot of work to do today with trying to get maybe this plan set up. So we hope to see everyone back here tomorrow again, 9 o'clock in the morning. We're doing more deals. Tomorrow is going to be our industrial day, and then Friday is going to be Catherine talking about opportunity zones because that's going to be her next genius. So thank everyone for being here and have a wonderful day.
You too.